So welcome esteemed guests, speakers, and participants to the 2024 Maternal and Child Health Conference, Translating Policy into Action. It is with great pleasure and anticipation that we gather here today to commence our day of knowledge exchange, collaboration, and innovation. I want to first acknowledge all of the hard work that went into planning this conference. We had a fabulous conference committee, including Rizwana Biviji, myself, Corey Wisner, Cady Berkel, Erin Rakzinski, Angela Lober, Jean Brown, Emily Saturn, Jose Benito Rosales Chavez, Natalie Papini, Michelle Ned, Catherine Emmerich, Dee Dee James, and Liz Alonso. Special thanks also to our student coordinators, Khadija Murel and Mihika Bhatnagar, for helping us prepare materials for marketing and the accreditation process. We had amazing support from the College of Health Solutions events team, and a special shout out to Lachey Hunter, Kim Levesque, Taylor Moss, and Chris Ramin for their assistance in putting this great meeting together. Please fill out the evaluation form that we will share at the end of the conference to earn your continuing education credit. This will also help us in planning future events. Now, with great pleasure, I turn the floor to our Maternal and Child Health Translational Team's co-director, Dr. Cady Berkel.
Thank you so much, Rizwana. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's so great to see you. Thank you for attending our 4th annual Maternal Child Health Conference. I really want to give a thank you to Rizwana for all her amazing leadership. We, I think, are in a time when action is really needed, and I love her leadership and focus on, how do we apply what we know about maternal child health into actual action. So thank you so much, Rizwan. I know this conference is a tremendous amount of work to plan, and just all the hard work that you put into it is so much appreciated and so needed. As she said, my name is Cady Berkel. I co-direct the Maternal Child Health Translational Research Team along with Corey Wisner, our postdoctoral fellows, Ehi and Kiara, who are also here. And I'm just delighted to be here again. This is actually our 5th year of running of the team. We started in February of 2020. So really amazing the amount of accomplishments and progress that this group has made. So we are a community of practice for maternal child health in the state of Arizona. I'm focused on accelerating research and evaluation, training, and practice to improve health equity for mothers, children, and families across the state and beyond. At the moment, we have 405 leaders, practitioners, researchers, and students who come together on a monthly basis to talk about emerging needs in the field of maternal child health. We are a very inclusive bunch. We're really passionate about maternal child health, so we'd love for you, if you're not already a member, to join us as a member, or to take on a leadership role in our team. So Liz will be posting an interest form if you would like to sign up. So please feel free to do that. Our next meeting is going to be May 28th at 12 p.m. and we would love to see you there. This morning, we have a great lineup of sessions. Our first session of the morning is going to be focused on really getting us thinking about how can we create action? How can we apply what we talk about today to educate decision makers and improve the living conditions for maternal child health populations? Before that, I would like to introduce our acknowledgement of the land. And I really hope this will help us, just lay a foundation for thinking about those people who did lay the foundation for our thriving desert community, and really take action in collaboration with Indigenous communities here in the state. So at this point, I would like to introduce Dr. Carolyn or Carly Camplain, who is Comanche and an assistant professor in Indigenous health, law, and justice in the College of Health at Lehigh University. She is a researcher and a lawyer focused on social and structural determinants, systemic racism, and health inequities, disparate impact of laws and policies, and Indigenous and Western scientific and legal research methods and theoretical frameworks. Through community-based research focused on how land and policy impact health, Dr. Camplain fosters cross-sectional collaborations with communities and institutions that are currently non-existent in order to improve well-being among Indigenous people while incarcerated. So Dr. Camplain, I will turn it over to you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you all so much for inviting me. I'm very excited to be here. So Hab Marawika, my name is Carly Camplain and I come from the Comanche people. I ask that all of us take a moment to honor and acknowledge that today I, as we all are speaking to you from stolen Indigenous land. Arizona is on the traditional homelands of Indigenous peoples, the ancient Puebloans, the Hokum peoples, Sinagua, Mogollon, and the Salado. We would also like to acknowledge the 22 Native nations and all Indigenous people that have inhabited this land for centuries and continue to steward the lands that are currently called Arizona. We acknowledge the sovereignty of these nations and those who have been denied sovereignty. It is important to understand the long-lasting history that has brought us to this land and our place within that history. All governments in North America committed atrocities against Indigenous, Native American, and First Nation peoples. Despite the theft of this land and forced removal of Indigenous people, we are still on Indigenous land, and Indigenous people are part of our present and future. We must also remember that our history includes those who were kidnapped from their homelands and forced into slavery in the name of colonization. We need to learn, protect, and honor the history and people of the places we each individually live. We honor the lives of all who endured and continue to endure in the face of settler colonial oppression and white supremacy. And we honor all the many Indigenous peoples whose footsteps have marked these lands for centuries. Today, I want to encourage you all to go beyond finding what traditional Indigenous lands you live on. I urge you to take direct action to support Indigenous rights and culture. I am asking you to take action. The conference is about policy and solutions, and not only do irresponsible and exploitative policies harm the health of Indigenous communities, but they also perpetuate colonialism to this day. I leave you with this. As Indigenous people, we still have to fight to prove that we are straight out plain human beings, the same as everyone else. Please be part of the solution and not the harm. Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much for that. And I really do hope it inspires action and thinking about these topics throughout the day and beyond. So I really appreciate you being here and sharing your thoughts and words with us.